Greetings, everyone. My name is Tony Forman. Greetings, everybody. I'm back again. This is Tony Forman here on the Tony Forman Show, TFS. I'm glad to have you here with us today. Today we're filming two shows, one behind the other, but I wanted to come on here specifically to discuss some specific issues that I have with how the black voters think. I have problems with it. I was on a call with one of the organizations that I'm a part of, and it's something that really bothered me. We're trying to get candidates that look like us, that are Democrats, to get them elected. And the lady on the call decided to insinuate that a certain candidate that we were considering wasn't marketable. What does that mean? Now, mind you, this person that we were talking about is a former judge, okay? But the conversation was, who we should select, and what do we think about this person? What do we think about the other person? And this person came out and said, and let me stress this to you, black people, and tell you what that person said first. That person said that we should be careful with who we are choosing, because the person that we were talking about, now we didn't choose him, we were discussing this person, but this lady drew reference to that specific person that we were considering and said that he was marketable. And I'm like, what does that mean? So in her explanation, she was saying that he wasn't presentable, like he didn't speak well, and he didn't do this, and he didn't do that. And she basically said that just because, now I need you to listen closely, just because he's a black candidate, we want a black candidate, that necessarily doesn't mean that he's the right candidate. Message. What she was trying to tell us is that a white candidate would be a better candidate for us. If you look at the current administration and what they're trying to do, that's how we got President Trump. Because you had a bunch of Negropeans that didn't understand that the black candidate is always the right candidate. Because those Republicans thought that Trump was the right candidate, and they all came out for him. And so did the blacks, and so did the Latinos. The blacks and Latinos got a wake-up call because he wasn't the right candidate. The white candidates got a wake-up call. Now they're crying. All the agencies are closing and all this stuff. I'm going to bring it back to us because I really don't care about that. No, I do. I'll digress. But the point that I'm making is one of the ailments of the black community is that we don't stick together. We always got to find that thing that white is right and black is whack. That's called Willie Lynch, Negropeanism. And until we understand that we could get any candidate elected if we only vote uniformly, we have to find that common ground that connects us. And there's a lot of issues that connect us. But we have spoilers in our community And I'm gonna put it out there. We have voters in our community that hate who they are. They actually hate who they are. Look, you were born black. You're always gonna be black. You're gonna stay black. And as long as you're black, they're coming for you. And you gotta understand. You gotta understand that if we're not for each other, nobody else is going to be. We have to make sure, that we back each other up. Now, to say that just because it's a black candidate, don't necessarily mean he's the right candidate. Seriously? So you're going to vote for a white candidate like our current president who doesn't give a cahoot, a big fat cahoot about any of us, along with his president in standing who has a problem. If you study the background of Elon Musk, you know who his father was, his ties to apartheid, how he moved to Africa because of apartheid. Elon Musk has a problem with the fact that Africans are regaining their land. France has been kicked out by many of the African nations where they had a stronghold on them. There is a turnaround in Africa, and they tell us that we're the minority. Really think about it. You know how many countries are in the continent of Africa? We all over the world. You think that what's going on here, attacking DEI, critical race theory, trying to get rid of the civil rights movement, not movement, but the civil rights laws, trying to interfere with our voting rights. That's an attack on Black America. My people, stay woke. In Florida, DeSantis burnt a bunch of books that had to do with you being black. They don't white. When the Black Lives Matter movement came out, these people looked and said, oh man, we can't be having that. Because now you got, and you can see it on Facebook and some of the other medium, you have white people talking about, telling us about our history. That's a scary thought, because most of us are not doing it ourselves. We're not even teaching our kids, our grandchildren. And that's a doggone shame. I blame most of what's going on with us on us. We've come so far, but not far enough. You know, when you get angry at a black person just for looking at you, but you sympathize with a white person that calls you the N-word, that's problematic. It's problematic. It's psychotic. It's Willie Lynch. It's Negropeanism. And you need to be aware of that. But we're going to take a break right now, and we'll be right back.
Hey everyone, we want to thank you for watching the Tony Forman Show, the new Tony Forman Show. You can catch us on your favorite audio podcast or video podcast platform every Wednesday at 10 in the morning Eastern Time. That's when we drop. So once again, thank you for watching the new Tony Forman Show on your Cannis Media Network. Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying the Tony Forman Show. I also want to remind you that our anchor show, Coffee and Conduce, with Jenny and I, drops every Wednesday. Right, Jen?
Yeah, it's one of the things. We got some new exciting shows coming to you this year with Cannis Media, and we want to definitely promote this. We got Tony Forman and another host, and exciting new looks at especially the Latinx Hispanic community. They're very relevant to that, just like coffee originally was. And tune in, check them out. It won't hurt, and see what you think. Give us some feedback.
All right, so continue to enjoy the Tony Forman Show, but also jump over and watch Jenny's show on Two Queers in a Truck, and also our show, Coffee and Pandusik. Bye, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Bye, y'all.
Yes, thank you for staying with us. I want you guys to understand. One of the things I'm not going to do is lie. I'm not going to make up stories. And like I always state, if it's something that I said, not because you didn't like it, but if you think I should have cautioned on the side of error, just put it in the comments and I'll address it. I could always do another show when it comes to a specific topic that you may have concerns about. We have a lot of individuals that sat out when Kamala was running. And a lot of these people made a stupid excuse, because that's what it is. I'm not going to vote for either party because they're both of this and they're both of that. But look what you got. Look what you got. Some of those same people don't have a damn job today because they sat out or they voted on the other side. I am not anti-white, but be certain of a fact. I am pro-black. 1,000%. I would never choose a white candidate over a black candidate. I'd rather vote for the black candidate, get him in there, and then while he's in there, depending on if it's 2 years or 4 years, start searching for a better candidate, but a black candidate. Because the black candidate for me is always the right candidate. We can't be stepping outside of our race when, and now let me disclaimer. I have nothing against white people. Some of my best friends are white, but they're not white supremacists. Let's make that distinction. They are not white supremacists. A white supremacist is going to tell you exactly what they think about you and hope that you don't pick up on it. I remember there was a saying that, I forgot who said it, that if you want to hide something from black people, put it in a book. Frederick Douglass said, where there is no struggle, there is no progress. We can't progress because we're not struggling. We're too damn complacent. You get on a Zoom call with a bunch of black people, a percentage of them are Negropeans. I just want to make that clear. Because when you speak against or for something that's going to affect the race, and you're for that. I know a young lady that turned Republican because she had some problems with the Democratic Party, and she's always talking about education, but she supports all the crap that's being done to us because the Republican Party is doing it. And with me, it's not about party, it's about the culture. It's about the culture. I come from a time where, especially when the first time I seen Louis Farrakhan was at my high school. And I was in awe. I I never knew there was a person so prolific, so educated, so on point. I was in high school and I didn't know how sound traveled, how light traveled, how far was the moon from the earth from the sun. And this man just spelled it out. And I was in awe. I've been following him ever since. I didn't know anything about Malcolm. I follow Malcolm Farrakhan. I follow Roland Martin, the Defiant Lawyers. I listen to those individuals that look like me that are speaking truth to power. I came up under Dr. Benjamin Hannon. So just so many of them. I followed what I call the lecture series, and I used to go to Manhattan from college, educating myself because I knew there's something better for slaves or former slaves or descendants of slaves to build multiple cities across the United States and I'm talking about the Wall Street model, Black Wall Street model, that proliferated all across the United States. And a lot of them were burnt down. You can look it up. A lot of them are underwater. They killed a lot of our people. Our cemeteries, African cemeteries, they're not even mentioned, they're not covered, you don't even know where they're at. I remember working for Congressman Ed Towns and this councilman, Charles Barron. They were digging across the street from 26 Federal Press, I believe it was, to put a building there, and they found an African burial ground. And he made sure that nobody built there. Here in Charlotte, working with a gentleman called Shay, I found out that there are abandoned cemeteries of African Americans from the wars all the way up. And I thought it was only one, there's several of them. The point that I'm making, they are trying to erase our history. Now, I believe the saying goes like, those who forget their history are bound to repeat it. I want to make sure that none of my grandchildren's great-grandchildren and yours do not grow up not knowing their history. And that's why this show is so important. The Tony Forman Show, educating my people. I'm going to keep doing this until I'm 150, because, I'm going to live to be 150. Not 50, but 50. So I want you to be clear on where we are as Black people. We have to be more supportive of each other. To put it simply, I was trying to find a bigger word, but God has it that I couldn't find one, because the word that we need is unification. Until we are unified, we're going to have the same problems. Now, I believe that, don't quote me on the year, but I believe that the census says that by 2030, 2050, people of color are going to be the majority. Now, how would it look if we're the majority that's still the minority? I'm going to repeat it. Let me see if you get it, because some people are not that bright, and I'm not talking about y'all. You know what I'm talking about. How would it look for us to be the majority that's still the minority? And we will remain the minority as long as we don't amass our people and vote as a block. These people vote as a block, and that's why we have the administration that we have. We're going to a break. Be right back.
Hey everyone, we want to thank you for watching the new Tony Forman Show on your favorite audio or video podcast platform. Every Wednesday at 10 in the morning Eastern Time it will drop. So once again, thank everyone for watching the new Tony Forman Show, brought to you on your Cannis Media Network.
Hey everyone, we really hope that you're enjoying the Tony Forman Show, which is one of our additional shows for the 2025 upcoming season. It's part of our bigger family of shows that you've listened to over the years in the Cannis Media system. But most of all, hope you can check out Two Careers in a Truck. It's one of our longest running shows, and he is 6 seasons long. And we would love for you to come over, and we talk about real world stuff, a lot of LGBT stuff, obviously it's Two Careers in a Truck, and a lot of other things going on in pop culture. And we try to make most episodes funny. So we'll come over there and see if we actually are doing what we said we were going to do, which is being late-breaking and timely. So again, enjoy 2025, and we appreciate you listening to the Tony Forman Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm so glad you guys are here with me. Now, look, I know I gave y'all an earful, but I'm really deeply concerned. What happened in the chamber when Trump gave his address, there's a lot of people that had a problem with the way Democrats behave. I personally didn't have a problem with it because except for the paddles, the Republicans did it to Obama, you know, and people see the problem that black people are the ones that have a problem with what black people do. But they don't have a problem when white people do it. And that's problematic, I'm telling you. I seen a video that went viral about Representative Jasmine Crockett dancing to whatchamacallem, Kendrick Lamar, They're Not Like Us. You had this white guy, I've seen him, but I don't remember his name. And he was trying to drag her under the rug, talking about that she's not, and he's talking about, no, everybody, she's not like us. And I guarantee you that you had a lot of black women echoing the same thing. No, she's not like us because she's got an education, because she's well prepared, because she held some of the highest professional positions within government, had her own business. So what if she was educated by an Ivy League college, talking about how that her family was well off? Why couldn't it be that she earned scholarships to go to that school? Because she's very bright. And one of the most vociferous members of Congress. She makes white men shiver. She makes them shiver. Since Martin, Medgar Evers, Martin Luther, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, and several others, we haven't had powerful leaders that unified our community. And as you know, who killed Malcolm? Who killed Medgar Evers? Who killed Martin Luther King? It wasn't black people. And you got to ask yourself, why? Why, and the question was asked once before, why, I think I've seen this somewhere, why are they killing our black leaders? I think one of the reasons is that, I don't know how many of y'all seen the Malcolm X movie with Denzel, where he stood outside of the jail and he summoned all those black men dressed up. He took his finger, he went, and the police officer said, "That's too much power for one black man, or for one man," something like that. Don't quote me on it, but it was something that alluded to that. And we don't have leaders like that anymore. Black people don't want a leader, because every time we get a leader, we shoot him down, because white people told you he was this and he was that. Like they told you about Kamala, that she's not black. Look in the mirror, and if you look like me, you're black. Period. So let's stop falling. Let's stop falling for people of another persuasion telling us who we are. Black women, stop being jealous of other black women that are vociferous, that are intelligent, that are willing to stand up with testicular fortitude to fight for us. Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Minister, Brother Minister Louis Farrakhan, has always been in the battle for us. They try to say that he was an anti-Semite, that he was this, he's a racist, and it's that. Listen to him well and see how much of a racist he is. Now, if he talks about somebody being a racist, is he wrong? That's the problem. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. But he stands up for us. And we need more leaders like him. If you keep listening to me, I'll become one of those leaders. Because I can't be bought, I can't be sold. And I'm for my people. God bless you. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody. Listen, I want to first of all tell all of y'all that I love y'all. I have a thing about telling my people that I love them. But I'm glad that you're here. I welcome you to watch our show next week. And 2 weeks from now, we'll have another 2 guests coming on. But please go down and like and subscribe. We'll appreciate your support. Thank you so very much. Have a good day and see you next week. Bye-bye. Make sure that you let me know when it's the break, all right?
All right. All right. Good job. All right. Come back to your second segment.
Ready?
Good job. Good job. By 2030, whites will be 55%. By 2045, they will be a minority. And in some states, they already are. So
Yeah.
All right.
But in some states, Connell, you have states that are 98% white.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like South Dakota.
Yeah.
I call them the River Tucky states. The
what?
The River Tucky states.
Okay.
South Dakota, Utah, all those crazy.
I think Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma. Yeah. All right. Pause and come back for your last segment. Good job, good job, good job. Stand by.
Hey, everybody. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Thank you for being a part of my world. And we'll see you next week for the show.